Booyah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. Justin Trudeau fled Canada over the weekend, and I'm going to say fled because, well, he went on a jet-setting trip all of a sudden over 24 hours down to Mar-a-Lago to visit incoming President Donald Trump, former President and incoming President Donald Trump. I always call him President Trump because, well, in my mind, he's always been president. And that being said, Justin, of course, scurrying away. I wished he would have just stayed gone, but it's not happening. Essentially to try and pucker up. Try to look like he's actually a leader of this country for 5 minutes. And boy, did that backfire. We're going to get all into every bit of that coming up right away. But first, I want to go through this video's sponsor, Calendars That Curse. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Calendars That Curse. With every purchase from Calendars That Curse, you can be comfortable knowing you're supporting local products that are designed and created within Canada. Calendars That Curse make products for the everyday Canadian who just doesn't care about their freedom of expression. Holding nothing back, these calendars are not for the weak or confused. From office-inspired, classy, cursive curse words to just write down politically incorrect, they are confident they have the right product to satisfy all of your cursing needs. Don't take any of it too seriously because they definitely don't. Calendars That Curse offers unique products, and one that I definitely have found is my favorite and can assure you that this upcoming year I will be posting Calendars That Curse within the Fringe's home, and I highly advise you guys go out and support local and grab yourself one the same. That's over at calendarsthatcurse.ca, link below in the description. Go and grab yours right now. Now, I just want to point out with Calendars That Curse, I mean, this company is fantastic. They're local. If you're buying Christmas gifts this year, shop local, ladies and gentlemen. Support local. Forget big business. In fact, this lovely shirt that I'm wearing that is adorned with a nice little saying here in an embroidered thread was actually given to me, or we've purchased, I should say, over the weekend when I met with Calendars That Curse at one of their trade shows. And they have fantastic products. This shirt is very comfortable. I would highly recommend it for anybody who just wants a little bit more expression in their lives. That being said, let's get on to what happened over the weekend with good old Skippy, Captain Tampon, hanging out in Mar-a-Lago. Now, you've all seen this photo circulating the internet. Here's Justin Trudeau's tweet stating, "Thanks for dinner last night, President Trump. I look forward to the work we can do together again." It's not going to happen. Justin, you're not even working right now. You've shut down the country so that you don't have to give your scandalous documents to the RCMP. There is going to be no work. In fact, I think an election is going to be called sooner rather than later because this picture speaks 1,000 words. How many, to what extent? Well, take a look at this little boy who's in the back here at this table who's looking onward at Justin Trudeau as this photo has been doctored and airbrushed. It is, of course, a larger photo that took place at the table where you can tell that Justin Trudeau was squeezed into the table to get this photo op done. Here's the boy at the back putting his hands up and making a face because Justin Trudeau is in the picture. This is where the picture speaks 1,000 words. This is what Canada is seen as on the world stage. Justin Trudeau has made Canada a joke. Now, of course, you've got Republican Mike Waltz sitting next with the most awkward smile that we're going to point out from the pleb here. Trudeau was forced to sit next to a huge hater of his last night at Mar-a-Lago. Mike Waltz is Trump's national security advisor and a big fan of Pierre Poilievre, apparently. Master for trolling by Trump here with the seating arrangement. Of course, you can see Mike Waltz tweeting out, "This guy is going to send Trudeau packing in 2025, finally, and start digging Canada out of the progressive mess that it's in. His trolling of Trudeau's nonsense is worth a watch." Now, of course, he's retweeting Pierre Poilievre, saying, "Everyone give him a round of applause for this one." Look at the face on Mike Waltz. Like, he just does not want to be there. None of these people wanted to be there. Trump, of course, has a nice, natural smile because, well, he's benefiting from this meeting. It shows just how weak Canada is. It shows that any deal he's going to put through is going to benefit Americans. It's not going to benefit Canadians at all, especially when you hear about the tariffs, when you hear about everything that's coming our way from President Trump. He's got us in the bag. We've just shown him all of our cards at the table by sending us the world's worst negotiator to flee over to Mar-a-Lago to pucker up. Now, I want to cover this article really quick, and then we're going to get to Pierre's thoughts on what happened over this visit, because it says here, Trump praises very productive Mar-a-Lago meeting with Trudeau. As I said, Justin just showed all of our cards at a poker game. Donald Trump knows that whatever he wants right now, until somebody else is in power, he's going to get it. Donald Trump said he had a very productive meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau after two leaders met at Trump's Florida estate, Mar-a-Lago. The men discussed many important topics, Trump wrote on his social media platform, Truth Social, including drugs, illegal immigration, and trade. Earlier on Saturday, Trudeau told reporters he had an excellent conversation with the American president-elect, but declined to answer any questions because he doesn't want to tell them that he ultimately flopped the entire meeting. He later wrote on X exactly what we quoted. Thanks for dinner last night. I look forward to what we can do together. Trudeau traveled to the West Palm Beach as Canada seeks to head off the presidential-elect's threat to impose 25% tariff on Canada's goods, as a source confirmed to the BBC. Canadian media reported that Trudeau landed in West Palm Beach International Airport on Friday evening to visit Trump at the Mar-a-Lago estate. The two spoke by phone earlier in the week after Trump announced that upon taking office in January, he would slap across the board all products entering U.S. and Mexico of 25%. The purpose of this meeting wasn't to discuss tariffs. It was not to try to fix the potential incoming problem that Donald Trump poses on Canada with its tariffs. This was Justin Trudeau being backed into a corner and having no choice but to go there because we're looming on Parliament calling a non-confidence vote this week. We've heard Pierre talking about how he's pushing Jagmeet into a corner that essentially Jagmeet can't get out of without completely torpedoing his career. All eyes are going to be on Parliament this week to see what happens with Justin Trudeau. I want to head over to Pierre Poilievre. We'll get off the article because, again, it's just the BBC sugarcoating things to try and make it look like there's no problem. Like I said, the biggest issue to take from this meeting is that a weak, pathetic leader went to Mar-a-Lago to tell Donald Trump, whatever you want, you can have it. I'm just going to roll over and die. Pierre Poilievre says, what does Pierre have to say about Justin Trudeau's visit at Mar-a-Lago with Trump? Trudeau is weak, came back with absolutely nothing. He's on damage control and tried to limit losses. That's exactly what this trip was focused around. Says, do you believe what Pierre had to say here? Let's take a listen. I know the audio's a little low. I've tried boosting it. Just bear with us here, folks. But let's hear what Pierre had to say.
About the meeting, look, I just felt, well, while I'm a critic of Mr. Trudeau's, I did feel badly that he went in with such a position of weakness. Normally when a prime minister goes to the United States to meet a president, they're looking to make gains. What gains did we hear from Mr. Trudeau? None. He's just trying to limit losses. Did he come back saying we're going to get an exemption to Buy America like Harper achieved from Bush? No, Buy America is still in place. Did he say we're going to get an end to the softwood lumber tariffs like Prime Minister Harper got from President Bush? No, not only are they still in place, Biden just doubled them. All Justin Trudeau offers is minimizing losses. Now, this is the consequence of having a weak prime minister who's lost control of our borders, lost control of immigration, lost control of crime and drugs, and lost control of our economy. And Canadians are paying a dreadful price for everything that Justin Trudeau has broken. And we need a strong prime minister who has the brains and backbone to put Canada first and to fight for our workers and our security.
Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start that Pierre's plan of Canada first. Again, it's very refreshing. It's one that I very much welcome. In fact, we spoke on the stream Friday. You guys said you wanted it. Here it is. I should probably remind you guys, our Canada First merch. If you click the shop button down below the video, you can get one of two designs for Canada First down below in the description. Or on the shop button on the channel here. These hoodies are on sale for Black Friday right now, so you can actually save a little bit if you pick those up. And a portion of all sales are going towards helping our veterans this winter, this Christmas season. We always try to do something charitable around this time of year. We got to start putting Canadians first. It starts with our veterans. So if you want to pick up some of our merch, again, hit the shop button down below. Go pick up our Canada First merch over on the channel as well. I know there's been a lot of plugs in this video, but a lot of people asked for that Friday. I wanted to make sure everybody knew that it was available and it was ready and in our stores and ready to go for you guys. Canada First needs to be a priority. We're talking about the border here. We're talking about stuff coming in from other countries that, again, censors can't allow me to talk about. Canada has to come first. Pierre Poilievre has demonstrated that he has the ability to negotiate with President Trump, that he's going to get done the tough deals that need to be put in place, while Justin, essentially, like I said, comes back with nothing. He's shown our cards at the table. I think Justin would have had a very prominent career had he have had a job as a CEO of somewhere like Enron, for example, because Justin, quite frankly, is good at trying to convince everybody that things are fine, while his company, which in this case is Canada, is burning to the ground due to his lack of leadership, his lack of skill, and his lack of ability. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, all eyes are going to be on Parliament this week as people are pushing for a non-confidence vote. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that, and we'll be covering whatever happens this week in politics here on the channel. So let me know what you guys think down below. Question of the day: do you think Justin Trudeau's trip to Mar-a-Lago was successful, or do you think it was just damage control and he came back weaker than he went there in the first place? Let me know your thoughts down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure as you're hitting that button, click your bell for notifications. Join me live here on the channel each and every Friday night for Friday Night Fringe, our live streaming show, where we go over everything that happened this week in politics, everything coming up in the week ahead, as well as some back and forth and your Q&A, joined by my beautiful wife, Mrs. Fringe, on those streams. We love hearing what you guys have to say outside of making these videos, and we look forward to seeing you all this upcoming Friday, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, here on the channel. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.